cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. It's time again.
What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is Music Monday, and I'm your host, Slash. And with me, I got Comedian 96, K Money, Freddie G. Together, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, and welcome back to Music Monday. Y'all got another great topic. So now we know that hip-hop was predominantly black when it started. However, there are other ethnicity groups that join the culture. Now, over the course of the weekend, I received messages, inboxes from sources about a situation that I found to be rather disrespectful. So, tape surfaced that Eminem did years ago, you know, during his career with racist remarks. They're surfacing, my sources telling me, and I just want to say, if you are a part of the culture and knowing that it's a predominantly black culture, why would you use racism towards it in something that we created? So I feel it to be, you know, extremely disrespectful, and it kind of gives me a different outlook on how I see Eminem. So, you know, I just think it's extremely disrespectful, man. You know, now we had artists when rap first came out that would, you know, maybe sing like they racist and use racist words now. And I'm going to just be honest, they used to say words like pigs, rednecks, crackers. Mm-hmm. We use those terms, but not in a disrespectful manner towards all human people. Those were terms used against government officials, right, as well as police officers. You know, NWA used to use those words all the time, but they was associating those words with police officers and how they would treat them in the black neighborhoods in California, where they from. But I think we should hold Eminem accountable for this, man. I mean,
I agree, bro.
I totally agree with you. If you listen to the lyrics and the word, he had a song called Stan. I thought that song was very, very, very disrespectful, even though it had nothing to do with racism. Uh-huh. But if you listen to the lyrics, it was...
So what are some of the lyrics? Do you know any of the lyrics he said in this?
Okay, so as the song, if I can remember correctly, as the song go on, Stan is he was basically, the song talks about him. He's just a regular guy. He was a fan. Uh-huh. So basically, he was like, hey, man, I'm trying to get your autograph. They started out friendly. I'm trying to get your autograph. But as it goes deeper and deeper, he goes and, I guess, kidnaps somebody, have him in the trunk. I'm on my way. This fan, his name's Stan, he's got somebody in the trunk, all because Eminem wouldn't give this guy an autograph.
Right.
So, but if it gets deeper and deeper because it starts off friendly, then it goes insane, like a scary movie. Some kind of gruesome. So for him to think of something like that, like when I first heard that, I said, man, who would think of something like that?
Well, obviously he did, because what he was saying back in these racist tapes he was making was saying that don't date black girls or black women because all they want is your money.
Oh.
That's extremely racist. You know, and he was saying that black girls are dumb, white girls are nice or something, he said, you know, but it was very derogatory towards black women. That's what I want to say. You know, that's very disrespectful, man.
It doesn't say how long ago
I think
songs were made, does it?
No, I think it sounds as if it was the beginning of his career, because he wasn't as creative back then as he is now.
You think had they leaked out back then, it would have changed the course
It
of
would
how
have
his career went?
Yeah, I do believe that. So the tapes were hidden.
Right.
You know, so they hid them purposely because they figured that if it got out, this would harm his career.
Yeah.
Well, after he's had this great career in rap music, now the tapes come out. So what's going to happen to him, like what happens to the black man who something come out?
I mean,
they
at
hold
this
him
point,
accountable.
I feel it can only tarnish the career that he has.
Right.
I mean, because he's not doing anything, to my knowledge, to where he's, trying to continue his legacy, if you want
Right.
to call it that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's doing any albums or nothing like that.
Man, so number one, I do think Eminem needs to be held accountable. What type of accountability we should hold him at? I mean, I don't know. For lack of better words, punishment.
Right.
I don't know if we could punish him or whatever. But anyway, I think that everybody on some level of entertainment, music entertainment, they've done something, because we see it's all starting to come out. Everybody got some skeletons in the
Right.
closet, right? That's all starting to come out. My question would be to you, Slash, would be when people say, well, hey, and I know you touched on it a little bit, well, hey, man, you guys would say all of the things you want to say under the sun, racist and remarks, and in some cases it could be viewed as some anti-Semitic things that could be, because at one point they were calling Ice Cube anti-Semitic.
Right.
And now here it is, this guy has the freedom of speech
True.
to say what he think of black women, black folks, just like black folks say what they think of white folk.
Right.
What do you say to people who would challenge you on that?
I say don't use our platform to do it.
Okay.
You're using our platform. We created rap music. We created this platform. And then you take our platform, run with it, and then talk about us in our platform.
Okay, so now, first of all, I feel that.
Right.
I really do feel that.
Yeah, that's real.
So what happens when a person, when he says that, hey man, that was years ago and before I made it big and this was my rise. I wasn't known and people change. What do you say to that?
It doesn't matter what you're doing now. That's who you are.
Okay.
That tells who you really are. The story in the past is who you really are. And the only thing changes with money is the more you put into it, because now it's on steroids.
Okay.
The same person back then now is on steroids with money and all this other platform level you have. So I think it's very destroying, to the black culture as of a whole.
So do you think that Dr. Dre and 50 Cent, well, not 50 Cent because M kind of put 50 on Shady Aftermath, right? On Shady. But do you think that Dr. Dre knew about these tapes? It's just coming out to us.
It's possible.
So what do you say for a person like Dre who put him onto the platform, who accepted him and say, you know what, come on. What does that say? Because now you couldn't get on, you wasn't on, but a black man put you on, possibly knowing that these tapes were out there.
That shows that it's about the money at the end of the day. It's politics. You know what I mean? If you see a guy, and I don't fault Drake for that. That's a business move. He made money doing it. My issue is with the man himself. You've been hiding who you really are when you should have released this so we'd notice about you. And here it is 25 years later. Now we finding out you was talking about black girls and not to date them because they was all about the money.
Now, I gotta ask this. I listened to some of it. It looks like some old beats. It looked like some older beats. Didn't sound like some up-to-date beats. Not sure how long ago it was, but either way, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. It's still needs to be held.
Yeah, it's
needs to be held
racism.
accountable. Yeah.
It's definitely racism.
Does it take away from his work, his credentials of what he done? How will this affect his going forward? How do you think? What do you think?
There's nothing to affect.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, he's not really doing anything that we know of to try to continue his legacy, but I mean, we still can, and he should be held accountable. But I kind of disagree with something you said, Flash. I mean, I do agree. I mean, I do admit, I do feel that people can change. Not saying that he was racist back in the day because of the lyrics used, but, you know, we all have been young and dumb and did some things that, you know, we possibly have had to have grown from. And I feel, you know, looking back now, he realizes, you know, that was definitely some dumb shit to do it, and especially using our platform.
Yeah,
you know, that's like a slap in the fucking face.
I'd hope,
which is how I take it.
Yeah, I'd hope he feel like that right now. You know, because that's exactly the reason why I feel like this is the perfect topic, because he used our platform.
Right.
You know.
So that point I'm trying to make. See how they did R. Kelly? They snatching his songs all off.
But that's not racism. That's
I know it's not. But the point I'm making is, do we take Eminem?
right. Do we hold him accountable like they held Kelly accountable?
That's exactly. Do we do that?
So yeah, I mean, he should be held accountable, and the only thing we could do to hold him accountable is if he released something, not buy it. There's no other way to hold him accountable for that. You know, I mean, what else do we do? We can say this, you know, and spread the word.
Do we know if he have any other business ventures going?
I don't know.
I don't know
if he's got nothing else going.
So I want to go over a few bars of Eminem's lyrics to the song "I Am." Now, you know, the chorus to the "I Am" is "I am whatever you say I am."
Right.
If you didn't like it, why would I say I am, or something to that effect, right? So one of the things that he says is, I just do not got the patience to deal with these cocky Caucasians who think I'm some wigger who just tries to be black because I talk with an accent and I'm grabbing my balls. So that's always, I don't know what that means, keep asking the same fucking questions. What school did I go to? What hood I grew up in? The why, the who, what, when, and where, and the how, till I'm grabbing my hair and I'm tearing it out, 'cause they driving me crazy. I can't take it. So I think that the white folks, when he says these cocky Caucasians, I think that they kind of are the ones that's kind of more so exposing it behind the scenes, but using somebody that's black to put it out. Because they always felt like he's just trying to be black.
Maybe he's a disgrace to them. Maybe they looking at it because look at what you chose to do. You want to rap, you know, out of all the things you could have done because of the privilege, you chose to rap.
Yeah, but were they paying attention to him when he was in the trailer park?
I don't know.
So
I don't know. To me, it didn't seem like he was. I've seen other rappers that were really trying to be black. That's one thing I can say. I didn't see him. I'd never seen him with the dookie ropes around his neck with the gold in his mouth. I've never seen that.
Okay,
in
so
him. And I've seen a lot of white rappers that did.
Let me ask you
that-
this. Let me ask you this then.
Mm-hmm.
Did he go after everybody?
No,
in his lyrics?
but he used the N word on one of those racist tracks that he did.
Yeah.
And that's going at a culture of people. Period.
Yeah.
You know, using the N word, you're not
That's
the N.
So how do we hold him accountable? Give me an idea of how do we hold Eminem accountable? Because he needs to be held accountable, right?
Look at it this way. What happened to Baby when he said something about the LGBT community?
They held him accountable.
held him accountable.
Well, now what I will say
Yeah.
is he apologized.
He did. It didn't help.
And Eminem apologized. But is that all you?
Yeah. So let's go back to the Baby for a second. When he said that about that community, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did they do to hold him accountable?
Oh, they held him accountable.
Boy.
They
Yeah, what
probably
did they do?
marched and all kind of stuff.
I don't know what they do, but I know that he wasn't getting any ticket sales.
Okay.
His concerts were getting canceled.
Okay, so
yeah.
we know that they did something.
They did something.
Okay,
Yeah.
my question is to the black community: what do we do to hold Eminem accountable for racist remarks?
So let me say this. What have we ever done to hold anybody accountable?
Exactly.
We soft when it comes to holding people accountable.
Okay,
And good for marching.
At some point, we have to do something when we're
Exactly.
getting wrong. So what do we do to hold Eminem accountable for his racist remarks toward the black community? What do we do?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Yeah, I would say, one, don't march because we love to march, and two, let's ask the LGBT what the hell did they do to the Baby, so we can.
You're saying don't. You're saying don't march.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
march everywhere.
That's still not telling me what do we do.
That's what I'm saying. I asked the LGBT community what they did to the Baby and transfer it over to because that's the only thing. I don't know whatever they did to the Baby.
Yeah.
Just ask them.
Let me ask y'all quick. Let me
That's
ask you
the
this.
best thing. Ask
Let me
them.
ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's say that record sales were the way they used to be before the streaming and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Let's say the record sales was like that. If I said, "Hey, here's what we do to hold him accountable. Just don't buy his records."
Yeah.
But check this out, though.
Yeah.
Who's the consumer for rap music? What race buys the most rap music?
Probably the white.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he still gets his
It
say.
still gets a set. Overseas,
Yeah, we
you got to
can't
think
really
about
stop
overseas.
it.
So-
you
so-
can't stop
we can do.
overseas.
So he still gets it. I'm just speaking of the
Yeah,
U.S.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
White, it's known that white America buys more
more.
rap music.
Yeah.
So what do we stop? How do we stop it? What do we do
it's-
to hold him accountable?
Don't buy it. That's all we could do.
Don't spins. No spins. Like R. Kelly, they ain't putting no spins on the radio. You ain't,
Yeah,
you
as a-
ain't getting that. You
as
ain't getting
a
that royalty.
culture-
See, but
You
not
ain't
to
getting
cut you off, but when you talking about R. Kelly, that ain't had nothing to do with us as people.
Right.
Those were the head people pulling his stuff off the shelf. Like, nah, we not gonna support this
Race.
nigger.
What's
I mean,
the difference
rape.
between racism? Then?
You know what I'm saying? That was racism.
Racism and rape. What's the difference in doing the same for both?
But no, you don't get what I'm saying. I'm saying when they held a black man accountable for what he did, and it wasn't us, the people, that stopped his stuff from streaming. It was the companies themselves saying, "Hey, we finna pull this off the shelf." Because it's a black man. They're not going to pull Eminem off the shelf
you
because
ain't
he's a
lying.
white man.
Yeah.
You know, that's not going to happen. So we
You
can't
gotta
even
run.
look forward to that.
So
Yeah.
we had a show, I think it was one of K Money's shows, where he talked about Jason, I can't remember his last name. Aldean.
Good example, great example.
He had a country song where it appeared to be racist. Now, going at us, although that's not
I
our
remember
genre,
that.
yeah, although that's not really a genre of music, but we do have black folks that's in country music
Right.
that loves country music.
Right, that listen.
Okay, so as black, if that was a racist song, appeared to be racist, including the video, by the way, appeared to be racist. How do black folks hold Jason accountable?
We not.
Okay, so if you put Eminem and Jason, the only difference between the two, well, not the only difference, but the genre of music is different,
right.
but they're speaking of
Yeah.
the same
Same.
thing toward a particular culture.
Right. The way it's depicted is
Yeah,
the same.
and it's almost as if we ain't go hard on Jason. I think that came more so from on the white side of things, going hard at Jason. The black folks ain't really go hard on Jason. The truth of the matter is, I think we were probably the only platform to speak on it. I'm talking about podcasting
Yeah,
platforms.
most of us didn't hear it anyway.
Yeah. So I think with Jason, the white folks kind of went hard at him behind his video and stuff. But he was talking about us.
Right. I mean, but it's the genre of music. You know, like you said, that's the difference. One was hip hop, or one was rapping, and the other one, which majority black folk do listen to, may not purchase, but they still listen to it. Versus, country, which Jason Aldean is that's the type of music that he sings. So I would think that more white people are hearing that versus Eminem, but. To hold him accountable, like Slash said earlier, I think as a culture, if we just, if we were still doing things way back in the day with record sales, not buy his music, and I feel like, that decrease in his number should affect him somehow. May not affect him much.
Yeah, it'll hit his pockets.
And that's the only way we can somehow try to hit his pockets.
That's the only way.
If he got any other business ventures, boycott those things. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you. I gotta know this, 'cause I know my answer, but I gotta know this now. Eminem said what he said. We all agree that some kind of way he needs to be held accountable.
Yeah.
But is he a dope?
I'ma still bump him.
Yeah, I'm still on my stuff.
And the man got skills. Yeah. He's talented.
So lyrically, when we went down that list of the top MCs on your show, Slash, when we went down that list, do he still rank where you had him rank on that show?
Yeah, he still go there.
Nothing changed.
It's just my look at his views
perception
now
of him
changes.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I feel it. But here's the thing. I'm only speaking for myself when I say this. So this statement that's about to come out my mouth, I'm only speaking for Freddie G. Man, there's a certain look that I look at all white people with. There's a certain thought in my mind because of this disdain of this country, of my people. There is something there. Yeah. I don't give a damn how good of a rapper, how good, there's something there I can't forget.
But you say you speak for yourself, but let's be honest. Every black person has that same in the back of their mind thought about white people and what they did to us in this country.
Okay, so now when you say that, okay, cool. So I'm not alone.
No, you're not alone.
So when you say that, though, that's what I'm saying. You say it'll make you look at Eminem a little different. But did you look at him a little bit with that back in your mind anyway before while he was rapping?
He used he used our platform again, and our culture and our style of music. So that's what makes it hard for me to believe, okay, man, why did you do us like that? You could have said this, or somebody found the rap sheets, but you didn't actually rap this. I'd have felt a little different about you.
I think I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you cool.
No, I was just going to say, I think our generation may be the only one, the last ones that may have that look for it. The younger generation may not understand and may not give a damn. And may not understand why we even make it's an issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I definitely feel like our generation may be the last ones with that twitch.
Yeah.
Or that thought.
Yeah, because we're more closer to the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, because not long before us, everything was just beginning to be segregated. So, we go a long way back.
Yeah.
So maybe the youngsters don't understand.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Eminem, he dropped and came up with us.
Right.
Our youngsters ain't bumping him like that.
Nah, they don't really know enough.
We're the ones that's bumping him. So, again,
that's why it affects us, too.
Yeah. We're the one who bumping him. So.
And he knew how we felt about that type of language in the first place. So he just straight disrespected us, and it is what it is. I just feel like we need to hold him accountable. And even though there's other ethnicity groups in the genre, of hip hop music. You got Indians, you got Spanish, all of these other ethnicities, they rapping. Let's just not use the N word on our platform. Let us just enjoy what we're doing. Y'all come back and check us out. So that's all, y'all, for this edition of Music Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Come back tomorrow and check out True Tuesday with K Money. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, B52 Scott Podcast, on Twitter, @52 Scott Podcast.